Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good evening. So we are from group 9. Today we present to you our STD phase, which is for our QMS flow system. So next, first of all, I will introduce myself first. My name is Fatihah and these are my group members. We got Nuralisya Azwa, Wong, Sheng, Mohamad, Azib, Fikri and Mohamad Amirul, Aiman. So next, I will pass to my okay, for the overview, the topics we will cover today in this presentation is our STD phase, and it's from the sequence diagram design based on our module from past SDD, and we will cover today requirement traceability, test cases, and traceability metrics. So next, in requirement traceability session, I will pass to my first team members to start.
So I would like to present about CAPA assign. So CAPA assign have related to package diagram 2, use case 4, use case 20, and use case 26, and related to sequence diagram 2 and sequence diagram 3. So for the first assigned CAPA is related to user CAPA, audit trail, and notification. Same as monitor CAPA progress is user CAPA, audit trail, and notification. But for the last package 2, use case 26, and sequence diagram 3 is related to user, CAPA, and audit trail. Next, I would like to pass to employee training.
Alright, as you can see, this is employee training, use case 006, 019, and 023. What we have here is for employee training is user, training record, audit trail, and notification. Next.
For the device equipment management, it's only have register device or equipment. So it contribute user, equipment, audit trial, and notification.
So next, I'm responsible for audit management. So this module covers three main use cases: conduct audit, record audit funding, and submit audit report, which are all integrated into one sequence diagram. So for the entity involvement metric here, the one that involved is user audit, audit checklist, audit finding, evidence, CAPA, audit trail, and notification. So for entities such as training, equipment, calibration, and document changes requests are not involved in this module because it is focused and not of we want to be focused and not over engineered. So for next,
So this slide shows the requirement traceability for the SEN calibration alert function. So the requirement traceability ensure that every system requirement is properly covered by use cases and test scenarios. Here, the SEN calibration alert requirement is linked to specific package item, user story, and use cases such as UC 0 to 7 until UC 0 to 9. And each requirement is traced to related system function, including user action, audit trails, calibration, and notification. And the X marks indicate that the requirement is supported and verified by the particular module. This help confirm that the calibration alert functionality is fully implemented and compliant with system requirement. So next.
So I would like to present about the test case. So firstly, CAPA assign is to verify that admin can successfully assign CAPA tasks and the system records and notify the assigned user correctly. Firstly, users should log in the system as admin and the admin dashboard is displayed. After that, he can navigate to CAPA management module and the CAPA module screen opens. After that, the admin can select non-conformance audit finding, and after the selected finding is loaded, the admin can assign CAPA to user. After CAPA assigned successfully, the admin should confirm and the new CAPA will appears in system. Next. So I would like to continue for the test exception scenario. As previous, admin can be logged in and head department also will log in as to the system. So the dashboard will display and they can navigate to the CAPA management module, select non-conformance audit findings, and attempt to save CAPA. but if the system will show error occurs when fail to save, so the admin should redo again. Next, I will pass to employee training.
Now we will see for employee training for assignee training. The process is straightforward. The head of department logs in, select the training module and the relevant employees and confirms. Our expected result is successful, records update and a notification sent to the staff. This step passed successfully under the supervision of our tester. Next. Finally, we tested the system robustness through exception scenarios. We verified 3 critical fail points, which is unauthorized selection, preventing manager from assigning training to staff outside the department. The second one is obsolete modules, which is ensuring unavailable training cannot be selected. And the last one is duplicate assignment, which is preventing redundant records. The system correctly display error message for all these cases, confirming that our validation logic is working as intended. Next.
For device equipment management, have two scenario, normal scenario and exception scenario. For the normal scenario, I have 5 test steps. For the first, 1 admin select register equipment, 2 admin enters equipment details, 3 admin submits form, 4 system save equipment record, 5 system displays confirmation. For the test exception scenario, is to verify system prevent invalid equipment registration. For the test step, have 3 steps. For 1, admin leave mandatory field empty. 2, for admin enter duplicate device ID. And 3 is for after enter, admin will submit the form.
So next, I will explain the test cases for the audit management subsystem, which is package P001. All the test cases were designed based on the sequence diagram SD001. So there is a clear alignment between the system design and the testing process. So the first set of the test cases focuses on conduct audit, which is the main functionality of this module. The objective here is to ensure that an auditor can complete entire audit process, starting from selecting and assign audit until submitting the final audit report. So for the normal scenario, the auditor logs into the system, selects and assign audit and start the audit session. The system then display the audit checklist, allow auditor to record finding, upload supporting evidence, and finally submit the audit report. The expected outcome is that the audit is successfully submitted and a notification is sent to the admin or QA manager. So next. So this is the exception scenario if the checklist unavailable. So the audit checklist is unavailable when the auditor attempts to start the audit. In this case, the system display an appropriate error message instead of failing. So this test actually to ensure that the system can handle missing or incomplete data gracefully without any crashing. So next.
Then I will explain the send calibration alert test case. The normal one. So the objective of this test case is to verify that the system automatically send a calibration alert when equipment calibration is due or overdue. So in the normal scenario, the system first check the calibration schedule by comparing the system date with the calibration due date. And when the due date is detected, the system generate a calibration alert using the equipment ID, for example, EQ001. And next, the alert is sent to the assigned user, which is in this case is staff 01, and the notification must be delivery successfully. And finally, the system record this activity into the audit trail to ensure traceability and compliance. And if all these steps perform as expected, the test case is marked as pass. So next, for the exception scenario, uh, the purpose of this test case is to verify the system behavior when the calibration alert failed to be sent. First, the system check the calibration schedule for the equipment. And in this scenario, the input data is equipment ID EQ002 and the calibration is already due. So the expected result is that the system successfully detects the due calibration. And next, the system attempt to send the calibration alert. However, in this exception scenario, the notification service is down. So as a result, the alert sending process failed. And after that, the system handled the failure by triggering a retry mechanism. So the expected behavior is that the error is handled gracefully without crashing the system. And finally, the system record this failure in the audit trail. So the action is logged as an alert failure to ensure traceability and compliance. In this case, ensure that the system can properly manage alert failures and maintain system integrity even when external services are unavailable. So I pass to the next person.
So I would like to present about traceability metrics. So my CAPA assigned is in Spring number 2, and my user story ID is UC004, UC020, and UC26. So for assigning CAPA is relate the process of assigning CAPA from audit findings to user responsible. So for monitor CAPA is related to use case 20 sequence diagram 2 and show how head of department monitors CAPA status and progress. For use case 26 is related to acknowledge CAPA task. Sequence diagram 2 shows the step for acknowledging assigned CAPA task. Next, I would like to pass to employee training.
This traceability metrics confirm that all requirements for the employee training subsystem are fully accounted for in our design and testing. Starting with Sprint 3, user story 019 covers the process of assigning training modules to the staff, which we validate through TC00301 for normal scenarios and TC00302 for unauthorized department selection. In Sprint 1, user story 023 focus on completing training material and evaluation, where we use TC00303 to test standard completion and TC00304 to handle case where an employee face the evaluation. All these functional parts are mapped directly to sequence diagram SD004 to ensure technical consistency across the entire subsystem. Next.
Okay, for the device equipment. So for the normal sprint 2, item packet item device and equipment management. So the user story ID is US010 and the description is register equipment. And next for the sequence diagram description is device registration process in SD005. So the test case have two, which is TC005 at 01 and TC00502.
So next, I will explain the traceability metrics for audit management system. So this table actually to ensure full traceability from user story and supported by the sequence diagram and verified through test cases. So the first one is user story US011 conduct audit. This user story implemented using SD001 and it's validated using TC0010 for the normal scenario and TC100102 for the exception scenario. And the next one is the record audit, and also this presented in SD001, focusing on how findings are recorded during an audit. So the functionality tested under TC00103 and TC00104. So the next is US016 submit audit report that cover final stage of the audit process, support by the SD001 sequence diagram and also tested through TC00105 and TC00106. So from this metric, we can clearly see that every requirement is traced from user story to design and finally to test. So to conclude, if you wonder why one sequence diagram but many test cases, it's actually because of the SD001 already represent the complete workflow. So while test cases validate different scenario and condition within the same workflow, that is why the reason. So next, I will pass to my other team members.
So this the final part present the traceability metric for the send calibration alert feature. The traceability metric provide a clear mapping between sprint number, package item, user story, sequence diagram, and test case ID. For example, user story UC027 focus on sending calibration alert and its link to the sequence diagram SD005 and the test case TC02701. Similarly, UC028 covers sending notification and UC029 focus on generating audit trails. So each map to their respective test cases. And this metric ensures full coverage from requirement through design and testing and confirm that all related test cases are traceable and verifiable. Overall, this demonstrates that the SEN calibration alert functionality has been properly designed, tested, and validated. So, that's all from us. Thank you.